Mac, Mac. You know, you're correct, Ack. You're correct in that comment. You're correct. And I want to reply to you with an answer for that. Ack. That's between me and Ack.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Monday. Is it Monday? August 2nd, 2021. Yes, my voice is a little deeper. I've been under the weather a little bit. That's why we're running a little late. So I knew I would be okay. But because it started last night, and I think it's these hot dogs, man. I had these hot dogs before I went to California, and they made me sick, so I got to throw them out. Threw them out, actually. So anyway, we're here an hour later than normal, so probably a lower number will show up. So don't be alarmed by that. It's expected. A lot of things to talk about. I want to talk about last night's show really quick, just because I didn't like it, and I got rid of it. Yeah, I didn't. You know, it was Lunar Sparkle's comment that triggered the thought process. Like, what am I doing this for? You know, why? Who gives a shit about what they're doing, right? Who cares what Sold Out's doing? Who cares what anybody's doing? Well, if I don't report on it, it goes unnoticed, and there are things that need to be pointed out, and people you can't trust, and I don't see what is wrong with talking about it. That's fine. I just felt last night, not that I crossed the line, but I went to a place I said I wouldn't go. and it just came out of habit, I think. It's hard to... You can't change a leopard's spots, right? So it is a very difficult thing for me to do, to not want to talk about certain people, certain activities that they claim are real. Like those things, like there's a way I could do it without being a total dick about it. Like I didn't even listen to it, the show, because I already know. But I'm a moody person, and that day I was just in a mood. And, eventually things build up, you get tired of it, and you want to voice your opinion to the world. Because, and the thing is about having fake subscribers, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt anybody except for that person who, I want to look like I'm gaining subs. People are going to think we're doing something so wonderful here, but your numbers suck. Your numbers suck compared to your subscribership because it's not real. So that bothers me because that's somebody who's faking. So I wanted to talk about it last night. Look, I don't have proof of it, okay? The only proof that I have is that I watch everybody in the community. I see their subs. Nobody gets 300 in a weekend. Nobody's getting 100 overnight. It's just not happening anymore. It doesn't happen. That's only happened to me one time in 2 years. 189, I believe it was, on June 25th. Because of the drop and everybody watching everybody. It was awesome. That's the way it used to be. We got a taste of that for that period leading up to the 25th. After the 25th, I didn't get a sub for 17 days. I had negative 14. Yeah, but don't worry about it. Those people over there got 300. I shouldn't have coffee because I know it's gonna run through me, but I'm emptied. Hey, Chuck. A $2 super chat so I can buy 500 subs. That goes all over every subscriber. That's fake. Thanks, Chuck. That's actually funny. That's funny. Super mucho gusto generoso. No bell tonight, guys. The phone's charging. You can help support the show, though. Super sticker, super chat, all that shit. PayPal. All the links are in the description. Hey, we got a new Patreon. Is it a patron? Let's take a look and see who it is. A new patron who got the $6 bracket. That's the highest. Wow. That's Anti-Media Zombie. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. I'll send you a message. I just saw these because I was out all day. Well, out as in praying to the porcelain gods, let's just say. And Misty OC Dragons with the $15 pledge. Oh, well, thank you very much, Misty. That was really, really nice. Thank you. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I missed. I don't think so. Wow, thanks. Thanks, you guys. So we're at 22 or 23 pledge. People who pledge. Members, whatever. Commented here. Let's see. Interested to see if this picks back up. I'm just seeing if Anti-Media Zombie said anything. Wait. Nah, I don't see any. I'll have to send a message. Thanks, Misty, OC Dragons, and Anti-Media Zombie. All right. Oh, and also thanks to Nathan. he gave like I think it was $6 yesterday on PayPal. That was very nice. Holy mackerel! While I'm playing, looking, wow, Tim Tinsent with a $10 super chat for 2,000 subs. You know, it'll get us at least 1,000. Yeah, no, I'm joking. It's cheap too to buy subs. Look, it's tempting. It really is, but who wants to have fake numbers? You know what I mean? It's like, who gives a shit? Your numbers, well, if you have numbers that are up in the teens, because I know the way this person thinks, then people will want to come on your show. They think you have a wider audience. You know? Everybody's out there wanting to listen. And if they think you have, because the goal for him is to get to 15. I'm guaranteeing this. It's a 15,000 subs. He'll do it in record time. Yeah. So you keep track of me, because there's no way he's out there more than we are. So if I have 5,600 and it's got 12,800, let's see where it ends up in a month. 1 month. How about we'll just go September. I'm curious. I'm curious to know. I know, I watch everything, but now I'm including you into this venture. Hey! Gigi Ebby Lynn with a $10.99 super chat. Love to you, Rich. Keep your chin up. Thank you. And I wish I can keep this chin up. Hey, Zofa. Hey, Alien Girl, I'm going to talk about you. Thank you guys, man. Gigi Abby Lind, $11, and Tim Tinson. Thanks, guys. And then we also had the other one. It's gone now. Everybody, thank you. Appreciate it. Mucho gusto generoso. Everybody, so roll call. I can't get the voice to go up, man. It's weird, isn't it? Hey, Mike Rotunda. I wish this was my voice. This is the voice I almost prayed for. I got a little nasally nose. I can't even fake it today. You know, it's just like, this is when I can do Sylvester Stallone. You know, you do really good. You know, it's like Adrian. You know, it's like. I love saying it's like. You know, it's like. It's so easy. Mike Rotunda with a $5 super chat for 1,000 subs and a fake abduction. And a partridge. I blew it. Mike, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Guys, yeah, no, I'm acting different because I feel different today. I feel fine now. It's just the residuals of praying to the porcelain gods. Thank you, Mike. I was going to say thank you, buddy, and I stopped myself. Don't ask me why. Let's do, what? Roll call. Off-World Adam, welcome to the room. Lisa Marie, there you are. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Felix Cordova, welcome to the show. Hey, Monica Walston Arts, how are you? Welcome to the show. Kingfish Kebab, welcome to the show. IR Film. Coraline, welcome to the show. World in Chaos 76, welcome to the show. Jill Delight, welcome to the show. Derek Atkins, the Atkins diet would work well. Welcome to the show. Hey, Gorilla Gamer, how are you? Welcome to the show. Mr. Catfish 2100. Metalhead, what happened? I ate some bad dogs, man. I don't know why. They looked good. I even sniffed them. Hey, William Bridges with a $20 super chat for the other Rich. Oh, you mean Mitch? It's my twin brother. Yeah. No, he doesn't want to do the show anymore. I'm looking at little Lou shaking his head. He knows he's not coming back on. I know. Thank you, William Bridges. $20 super chat. Way to start out, you guys. I really appreciate this. You know, it's like when I fought Apollo, you know, it's like I made like $100,000. You know, I bought a Mustang, 77 Trans Am. It was a Trans Am. And I bought my dog Butkus. Hey, Butkus! You know it's a lie. I bought that leather jacket. I bought that thing for Adrian, God rest his soul. Thank you, William Bridges. And welcome to the show. Darkest Guna, welcome to the show. Zamo, welcome to the show. Where'd it go? It jumped on me. Like, this is crazy how much this just jumped. Like, over 100. There you are. Ack. Ack call. Oh, there's an ack call? I don't have, I can open. Are you saying you want to call? Ack. Dorothy Hawkins, welcome to the show. And a $5 super chat. It's beautiful. It looks so cute. Thank you very much. Oh, look at this. Just a pure donation. Didn't want to say nothing. Sometimes you say more with less. And thank you. Thank you, Dorothy Hawkins. Mucho gusto. Super generoso. Thank you for that very much. I was going to say, yeah, we're done. Alien Girl, welcome to the show. I know. You want me to start. JP Best Senor, welcome to the show. Come on, man. I know. I'm still going to go 2 hours. I mean, I know some of you are going to leave. Jeremy Corbell, I'm out. Nothing new. Yeah, right. It's roll call. I like to acknowledge my listeners. I just don't ignore people like you. What a tool. Yeah, and that's right. Nothing new is happening in ufology yet. And here we are. We just started the show 13 minutes ago, right? After the intro, really, you know. I do my hellos. And I'm glad. I want Jeremy to leave. We don't want him here. Bye-bye. Don't let the door hit you in your fake ass. Your face, your ass. What's the difference? All right. So with that being said, let's get started. And if I miss anything, I don't have the phone. Well, I do, but it's far away charging. Screw it. All right. If for some reason I miss anything, just Facebook Messenger me. I'm opening up Messenger. All right. There we go. Just in case. I mean, you know what I mean? Did I miss one? No. All right. So I wanted to start off with regular news because I think things may be changing for us here in America real soon. God, I hope not. Australian PM says lockdowns will be there until 70% are vaccinated, which won't happen till the end of the year. This is a level of tyranny. Didn't think it was possible. I can't believe we just canceled life. That comes from Richard Hananea. That's crazy that they're still doing lockdowns and forcing vaccinations to 70%. So they're not forcing you to get a vac. They're just forcing your lives. What a great world we're living in, right? It's going to be crazy here in America. There may be a civil war. That's how bad it's getting. And if I had a political channel, I would go into that for a little bit. But since this is paranormal, that's all I can get. All right. Now we get into a little bit of paranormal. This was sent to me. I don't remember who sent it to me. This was by... And of course, I shut the person down. I had their message open and then I shut it off because I was done. But it was sent to me in Facebook on Messenger. All right. I don't know if that was a good idea, opening that up. All right, here we go. So this is, it says, outrunning errands in Colorado. Notice anything strange. And then you zoom in. We'll go this one. So look right in this area. All right. Now look at the next one closer up. Oh, wow. I mean, yeah. I don't think it's a fake. Has anybody seen this? Has anybody seen this? I don't know why, but this looks familiar to me, like I've seen this before. You understand? Like, am I looking at something old being repurposed here? Because to me, the stories seemed real. It's pretty interesting. We get Michael Bradbury, he'd be like, well, we've got looks like to be a cube in the sky, maybe a longer cube, but maybe a rectangle that is. We've got some interesting looking features here if you want to take a look at this very photogenic picture of a cloud with some sort of square in the middle here. Well, you know, right angled edges just aren't seen in nature, especially in clouds. So what we've got here is a failure to communicate. No, wrong. And what we've got here is something that, well, quite interesting. Looks like we may have a mothership in the sky, kind of hiding behind clouds. We know we hear UFOs hiding behind clouds, but anyway, it might be something interesting. Can this happen naturally in nature? Well, we haven't seen this before, so I'm going to say no. I'm Michael Bradbury with a very photogenic square in the sky. Yeah, pretty interesting. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's a good one. It's a good photo. I like that photo. You know what we're going to do tonight? Because we did start. We're just going to keep going. No small talk. Let's just get to the next one. This was sent to me by Welcome to the Show. Let me show you. It's just new technology that you may be interested to hear about. And the reason we talk about these things is because, well, maybe we'll see some signs of an alien technology hidden within a submarine or an airplane or your iPhone. Huh? So this is Making Waves, world's most powerful... I'm sorry about that. I have to leave that on. That's a shame. I'm turning that off. I'll hear vibrations. A tidal-powered turbine, which its makers say is the most powerful in the world, has connected to the grid in Orkney. Orbital Marine Power's O2 tidal turbine is anchored in the Fall of Warness, where a subsea cable connects the 2-megawatt offshore unit to the local onshore electricity network. It comes as industry leaders call for government support to help the tidal industry develop commercially. Renewable energy could play a crucial role in the country's attempt to reach net zero. What the hell is this? The 74-meter-long turbine is expected to operate in the waters off Orkney for the next 15 years. So there is that. And there's a video to play, which I forgot.
Anchored in about 35 meters of water.
I just read all this.
When the tide comes in, it can
No, I
start
didn't.
generating power, and then when the tide stops, it doesn't have to turn around. The blades just rotate, and it starts generating power in the other direction. So, feeding clean power onto the grid from a predictable, renewable resource that's driven by the orbits of the moon, feeding clean electricity into the UK grid.
So this turbine is a 2-megawatt generator. So each nacelle is 1 megawatt rated. One
Wow.
of the main challenges you see right now to our sides, which is the tide itself. The water rushes past us right now at 8 knots. So we know that we have to deal with that, both in the operation of the tidal turbine, but also in the installation of the tidal turbine. But the key thing about the tide is you also know when those strong tides are going to be, when the weak tides are going to be, and critically, when there's no tide.
That's amazing. The energy is expansive compared to other technologies. The industry wants government support to bring costs down.
One of the real advantages of tidal energy is that it is absolutely predictable. And unlike wind, which there's a big wind resource, but it's very variable, you can't predict it. But with tide, it's absolutely predictable. You know what you're going to get and when.
So this thing meanders around in the ocean, connected, tethered by a electrical source, and it provides electricity to about 2,000 homes. I don't know what to think. That's a lot of homes coming from that thing, but I can't see having 10 of those out there, you know, just meandering around. I guess they could, but you know, what happens if you live on a coastline where hurricanes are numerous, or the ocean is extremely deep? How cost effective is it to build one of these things compared to how much money the people are saving and they're making? I guess if they're out there for 15 years, I guess it'll take 15 years to pay it back. That's just beautiful. Anyway, the future of electricity, or just another pipe dream? Huh? Did we show this one? No. Yeah, I showed that yesterday, so we can get rid. Did I show this? Let me see something. It's a sighting. I think I showed this, right? Somewhere. Oh, yeah, I showed this. Nobody knows what it is yet. That's the thing. I was going to feature that on Third Phase UFO Report. I'll do that soon. All right, so Lee from Must See Audio is a good friend of the show, and if some of you have ever seen Lee on Alien Addict, he's the it's me, him, and Ollie that, and then Michael has been in too for several of these Thursday shows that Alien Addict does. He made a video here, The Mystery of Skinny Bob. So I'd just like to play about 3 minutes of this, maybe 4. See where it goes. So this is from Must See Audio. Like and subscribe the channel if you get a chance. The guy really is, he's a comedian, number one, and he really loves UFOs and stuff. He's kind of new to the subject within the last 6 months to a year. But I think he means well, and I like the cut of his jig. Huh? Is that how you say it? The rig of his chug?
Quite the snappy title. The 47-second video starts with what seems to be the KGB logo, with the title, time and date obscured. The first scene shows what seems to be a classic UFO. It's filmed from the ground before we cut to an airplane filming it from above. We then cut to what looks like straight out of your Alien Visitor Handbook grey, before showing us what looks like a crashed disc and a dead alien grey lying on the ground. The final cut is hard to make out. It seems to be some sort of autopsy or medical procedure that's eerily similar to the 1995 Ray Santilli alien autopsy, a feature video in its own right. The second video, and the reason this stays so long in the mind, shows a similar being from the first video, standing, wearing black coveralls. During the research for this video, I realized how slow the timestamp at the left-hand corner was. It seemed to be almost half time. So by speeding the video up to 1.5 times, it gave a more natural speed, something closer to what we would think of as seconds and minutes. The head movements now seem jerky, frustrated, almost insect-like, but the blinking looks smoother to me. It looks less animated and more like a living, breathing creature. At this point, it's easy to try and write this off as CGI. Very good CGI, but CGI nevertheless. Unfortunately, there's a point to remember. This video is a decade old, and in 2011, CGI was hardly basic, but it's difficult to conceive somebody making this at home on a consumer PC before tools like Blender and Unreal Engine were so user-friendly and ubiquitous amongst PC users. Subsequently, James Fox, director and producer of The Phenomena and the infamous I Know What I Saw, showed the footage to the children from the aerial school encounter, where a craft was said to land and beings made contact with several children. The children confirmed that the beings they saw looked like Skinny Bob. This mystery has spanned a decade. It'll probably span another decade unless more footage comes to light or Ivan0135 comes forward to authenticate it. Be it real or fake, it's still one of the most convincing things we've ever seen. Be it one of the most convincing hoaxes or the smoking gun ufologists have been waiting for years. For more content, please subscribe and hit the notification bell.
That's always good to have the mute button. There, let's just leave it on that screen, why don't you? You can't trust your own family to run these things. Come on, man. Well, you know. Skinny Bob, everybody. Antonio in the chat said he said that that video was originally in color. I tend to disagree, because I would still be able to find it if it was. I don't know. I think, Antonio, you're playing with us. There's no way that was ever in color. Never seen it. And I know Skinny Bob. Well, knew. He's dead now. So all week I have been, what's that? Oh, yeah, right. All right. Yeah, you're right. Now that's what I pay you nothing for. Did you see that Seth Shostak joined the Galileo project? Doesn't he run SETI? SETI? Yeah, people confuse him, and I've done it too, with Michael Shermer. And Michael Shermer is the worst skeptic I've ever seen. Ever. Now there's another guy, but he ties this guy. I can't remember the other guy, but if I showed you his face, Philip Glass would be up there too. But Shermer really says the dumbest things ever. He'll say stuff like the light at the lighthouse in Rendlesham Forest. You remember when he was on Larry King talking about it, and he said something like, there's no way they would have been able to see the light. No, they would have been able to see the light where they saw it through the trees. And then I think Stan Friedman says, oh, you've been to Rendlesham? And Shermer goes, well, no, but other people have. And they said that, oh, okay, so you're going up. All right, so you didn't experience it. Okay. Yeah, he says things like that. Michael Shermer. Like they're facts without actually going. A guy like him, see, that's what I would want to do, is go to the location. By the way, I don't think Dark Hour Paranormal's here, but I do want to investigate this Travis Walton case and go to that site in Arizona. it's probably being worked some other way. Probably with Doc Skinner, since Doc knows Travis. So they're probably getting their... but I wanted to be in that. I wanted to go down there and film it all. But I guess if Doc's there, why spend money? So if Doc is doing it, I hope he does it right. I know he can film, but I'm talking to get all the angles that these guys said they saw the UFO when it should be the light tower that's there. Because that's my whole thing about this Travis Walton case. That light tower. And it wasn't 4 miles. It was 4 miles from where they were working. But where they saw it, it was a hell of a lot closer. I think, what, 1,500 feet? Isn't that what they said? I don't know, Ryan Gordon. My memory's not good today. I can't remember anything. Anyway, that's what's going on. Seth Shostak joins the Galileo Project. That is weird. Yeah, it is. Well, yes and no. He doesn't believe anything is a UFO. Everything he's seen. And you can't blame the guy. I haven't seen anything that says we've recorded UFOs as of late. There are UFO videos, but no actual proof. Like getting one very close up. I would have to say the closest video of a possible UFO was the fingerprint guy, Guardian. That may be the closest anybody's recorded that we have seen a UFO. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Shostak wants to get on the right side of history here. That's the thing that I have a problem with. When you originally saw the title of the show, I had pretty much the top leader's name, LAZAR and LMH, Greer, Crazy Eyes, Elizondo, Knapp. I had their names up there and I said, is their way the right way? Because every one of those people have made crucial mistakes, in my opinion. Linda Moulton Howe has stories that really shouldn't even be in the UFO lore, shouldn't even be out there. But she makes them look like they're legit. Especially the Antarctica one. The one she charged everybody to watch. I said, I won't. I haven't seen it. Dolan was in there. I don't know, man. Elizondo and his threat assessment. He's doing that. I think this is all just disinfo. It's about something else. I don't think it's about aliens or UFOs. I really don't. This threat assessment is strange, the way they just came out and pushed it on everybody. And if you ask people anything about UFOs, they will say, well, aren't we supposed to go to war with them? That's what everybody thinks. Nobody knew what a UAP was. Nobody. Well, one guy did, but we asked a lot of people if anybody knew what a UAP was. And nobody knew. One person out of, 50 that we asked. Yeah. I was going to do more of those. Yeah, it rained all day today, thank God. Hold on a second. I want to play this for you. I think this was really interesting. It was a nice little test to do with the public when we were asking people, do you know what a UAP is? And nobody knew. Nobody. Right? Here, I got it here. I think we're asking people.
No San Francisco treat. All right, we're starting to flatten out. My heart rate's getting level.
Okay, we're flattening out. You'll be fine. So, Rich, how many people, if you went around and asked if they know what a UAP is, if they know what it is?
I would say not one person.
I bet you not one person would know what the fuck is a UAP.
All right, let's ask a couple
Let's ask
people.
somebody.
UAP or UFO? We'll start with UAP.
Start with
and
UAP.
then if we say, what's
let's ask
UFO?
these people right here. Maybe just bought a hot dog from these
They
guys.
don't know.
They don't
even know.
No hablo. No
No
hablo.
hot mustard only.
No. Well, we'll find somebody. Hey, guys.
I asked for mustard only on my hot dog, and she was about to put everything on it. I'm like, no, mustard only. And she looks at me like, how dare you?
Do you guys think people are going to know what UAP is? Who wants to lay any...
Simple question, not invasive.
You know what? You don't English? Okay, my question was, the first one was, do you speak English? He doesn't, so we'll move on.
Hey, let's
how about you?
Identified alien phenomena.
Oh,
Hey.
Kentucky.
He got it wrong, though. It was close.
That's enough.
It was a good effort. It was a good effort.
That was it. No, he said UFO.
No, he was actually listening to our conversation. Alien phenomenon.
I'll
Close.
take it.
I'll definitely take that.
That's
unidentified alien phenomenon.
No,
That's not alien. That's the
Aerial.
Aerial phenomenon.
But still fantastic.
But still, that's awesome.
He's got 78% of it.
He does.
No, I think that's good enough for this.
I would agree.
I'm surprised he even knew it was about UFOs.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he knew it was about aliens.
See, the problem he says that it's probably one of ours rather than it being alien. So he's got
That's the first person we asked him to today, right? Holy crap, that was the first guy we asked that spoke English that knew kind of what it was.
He said unidentified alien phenomenon.
But that's close enough.
Oh, I gotta stop you here. We got Elena Yanu giving us a $10 super chat.
Hey!
Thank you very much, Elena.
Thanks, Elena. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Elena.
Cheers. She says, boys, have a good time.
All right.
Thank you so much.
So he overheard. So he had no idea what a UAP is. He's just kind of a smart guy because he. Watch your back there. Let's go. Let's go over this way. Too much music. Yep.
You're gonna get killed. Pointing. Don't get killed. Nice. Hey, you're gonna hit the screen and turn it off.
We're good.
He just went into the fire. So that's what that guy just said.
Excuse me, can we ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can we ask you a question? We're just live on YouTube right now. Can you tell us what is a UAP?
Thank you for your time.
There you go.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Get slick over here. Get this talk.
Heard of a UAP? UAP?
Not interested. No one's interested in UAPs.
They don't speak English.
He's just like,
all of a sudden.
So I'm not.
Hey, well, almost. Send that. UAP.
Yeah.
UAP?
Yeah. UAP. We're live on the.
Any idea?
No? Okay. How about this one? What's a UFO?
Okay, it's like
unidentified object.
Yeah. Flying object.
Got it.
So the military is changing the UFO acronym to UAP, and they've been doing it for about 4 years now, and that's all they talk about is the unidentified aerial phenomenon is what they're calling it now.
Unidentified area phenomenon.
Yeah,
Where do you watch your news, or where do you read your news?
Instagram.
Instagram.
There's a lot of UFOs on it.
Yeah, Facebook.
Do you guys believe we're alone in the universe?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we think we're alone. Just mankind.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We got no brothers or sisters out there.
I mean,
I ain't been there. You gotta be there first, right?
All right. Okay.
Either up in space or maybe there's something living within the cavernous earth we have
Yeah.
here.
What about? It might be our ancestors,
Why would we
like
be?
2 million years ago. You know, like they're been hidden all this time. These guys that built these mega structures from long
You
ago.
watch sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you've probably seen that played out a bit, right? Right. The theories.
Y'all ain't about to turn to no aliens and no shit right now, are you?
We're talking aliens. We're talking aliens. Hey, appreciate it, guys. Enjoy. All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Unbelievable.
There we go.
Oh, I don't know what the fancy
is? What's that?
like what it stand for.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what it stands for. I just know what it is.
What is it?
It's like an alien thing.
An alien thing. All right. That's basically where we're live. We're just doing a thing. You know. All right. UFO, unidentified flying object. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Which one do you like better?
Change it from UFO to UAP.
Exactly.
Because UFO, you think of crazy guy in the forest, in the woods, right?
Yeah, sure.
So they're trying to get away from that stigma. We don't like it.
They're trying to confuse everybody.
Yeah.
Don't let them confuse you, okay? We don't know what it is. People are just don't even know the implications. You got some fire truck. Oh, 60 in 2 seconds, this Tesla's doing. Nice pretty fast.
So fast.
Excuse me, can I ask you guys a quick question?
Super quick.
You're only going to take it. What's a UAP?
Have you heard this terminology before?
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Attaboy.
Wow.
Attaboy.
You're the only one who got it right.
Yeah.
100%.
All right.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
I got nothing.
And by the way,
Thank you, though.
Just let them know that I slipped the answer.
All
You
right.
have to get them back later on.
I'll pay it back.
Anyway, I don't know if you guys watched that yet, but it was interesting. It was interesting. UAP. So, you know, going back to what Lou is doing, it's not really working. It's not. All they did was tell everybody that aliens are coming to attack us. That's what people think. That's it. It's crazy. That's what people take away from that. Here's some interesting stuff I wanted to talk about. We have here a failure to communicate. No, not this time. Hold on here. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody sent me a link to this video. It's about time crystals. And it's with the Lex Friedman. Do you guys know what time crystals are? Yeah. I know. I had to look it up. Time crystals. Here we go. Let me put it in front of me so I can read it to you. In a condensed matter physics, a time crystal refers to a system or subsystem whose lowest energy states evolve periodically. Refers to a system or subsystem whose lowest energy states evolve periodically. I don't even know what that means. At its lowest energy state, it evolves. This name was proposed theoretically by Frank Wilczek, 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 in 2012 as a temporal analog to common crystals, which are periodic spatially. Several different groups have demonstrated matter with stable periodic evolution in systems that are periodically driven. In terms of practical use, time crystals may one day be used as quantum memories. Holy crap. The existence of crystals in nature is a manifestation of spontaneous symmetry breaking, which occurs when the lowest energy state of a system is less symmetrical than the equations governing the system. In the crystal ground state, the continuous translational symmetry in space is broken and replaced by the lower discrete symmetry of the periodic crystal. As the laws of physics are symmetrical under continuous translations in time as well as space, the question arose in 2012 as to whether it is possible to break symmetry temporally and thus create a time crystal resistant to entropy. I have no effing idea what the hell I just said. If a discrete time translation symmetry is broken, which may be realized in periodically driven systems, then the system is referred to as a discrete time crystal. A discrete time crystal never reaches thermal equilibrium, as it is a type or phase of non-equilibrium matter. Breaking of time symmetry can only occur in non-equilibrium systems. Discrete time crystals have in fact been observed in physics laboratories as early as 2016, published in 2017. One example of a time crystal which demonstrates non-equilibrium broken time symmetry is a constantly rotating ring of charged ions in an otherwise lowest energy state. And this guy, Frank Wilczek, and Jing Zhang, who's a nano engineer at University of California, Berkeley, and his team proposed creating a time crystal in the form of a constantly rotating ring of charged ions. So, time translation? I mean, this is crazy. Memory? I gotta be honest. It's a recording system at the quantum level. Let's see if this recording tells us anything, shall we?
Time crystals.
Yeah.
What are they? These things are.
Oh, I should have done this.
Beautiful idea when we start to treat space and time as similar frameworks.
Yes, right.
Physical phenomena.
Right. That's what motivated it.
What are first of all, what are crystals?
Yeah.
And what are time crystals?
Okay, so crystals are orderly arrangements of atoms in space, and many materials, if you cool them down gently, will form crystals. And so we say that that's a state of matter that forms spontaneously. And an important feature of that state of matter is that the end result, the crystal,
I got to tell you, this is a little bit above my brain grade. I kind of understand what he's saying, but I truly don't understand. I understand that crystals form in a certain place where there's a non-equilateral binding of molecules or something. It's non-symmetrical. What the hell is going on? I had to stop and say something because you have to stop and talk about things, and that's all I could come up with.
Has less symmetry than the equations that give rise to the crystal.
Oh, I was right.
The equations, the basic equations of physics, are the same if you move a little bit. So you can move, they're homogeneous, but crystals aren't. The atoms are in particular places, so they have less symmetry.
What's a
and
time
crystals
crystal?
are the same thing in time. Basically, but of course it's not. So it's not positions of atoms, but it's orderly behavior that certain states of matter will arrange themselves into spontaneously if you do them, if you treat them gently and let them do what they want to do.
Here's what I don't understand. People have been studying crystals for quite a bit. How come it's only now that this is being discovered? I think that's interesting. Is it because there's new technological breakthroughs in microscopes and other technology that can help them see? Obviously, yeah. I mean, I get it. But I'd like to know how they came across this, and I can't play any more of this video, but the link will be in the description after the show, as you know. But time crystals are pretty amazing, I guess. Here's somebody else saying something. Let's see what they say.
A few weeks ago, I did a video on a subject that had been in the news recently, the possible creation of time crystals. And I learned two things from making that video. One, it's a much more popular subject than I thought it was, and two, I know nothing about time crystals. But that's kind of the point of the live stream. Oh, did it not? Atomic structures repeat both in space much. That doesn't mean they're not interesting. They're super interesting. They just don't, you know, power a TARDIS or anything. The explanation we keep hearing is that time crystals are crystals whose atomic structures repeat both in space and time. Like, the reason crystals become crystals is because the atoms of that particular element bond in such a way that they repeat in patterns over and over again, which creates a crystalline structure. That's repeating in 3 dimensions. Was I just voguing? What was that? But time crystals repeat in 4 dimensions. They also repeat in time. So there you go. That clears it all up.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I just got some news. Some interesting. I wonder if I could use this. What? Wait, what? Oh, wow. Somebody was going on Google Moon, and this popped up. They cannot look at the moon at that part, no matter where they go. It's blocked out. Holy crap. I mean, holy crap. Is something going to fly over that part of the moon? Holy crap. I wonder. Hey, what's up, D. Cooper? That is unbelievable. Hey, tomorrow, Thomas Fessler will be joining the show. If you guys aren't aware of Mr. Fessler, he has his own channel and is talking about the UFO and oddly occurring things happening in our lives. I don't know. Yeah, that is weird about the moon. That is weird. Let me get rid of this. People are sending me messages during the show. All right, let's see what this is. Okay, all right. This just in. There's a recording of me. I mean, I don't like to... I don't know, just... I don't like to brag.
Richie.
Huh?
Music.
There you go.
Thank you.
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
Oh my God.
What are they? What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
Oh
What
my.
are they, Greg?
I think it must be my music.
Harbingers of world change.
Richie. I think these guys are very sick.
Wait, what?
Are they harbingers?
That was clever. Another one by Ack. That is just clever. Oh my God. Oh, look, my reaction may seem a little subdued. That's because I'm not feeling 100%, but that is awesome. That is just fantastic. Oh, you did one for Fessler too. You did. And Tom Fessler will be on tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Michael Horn with these pictures of from Billy Meyer. Wait a second, Ack, what's going on? I can't get those videos. I guess it's in my, what do you call it? Facebook Messenger. Maybe you send it to me that way. What is this? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What? I'm a little confused. This was sent to me.
In this special episode on Third Phase of Moon, correspondents Doc Skinner, along with Richard Giordano, meet up with Dr. Greer in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh, okay. Somebody sent me this video. Okay. Thank you, Sam Albright, with a $5 super chat to explain. I didn't want to say your name, but he was the one who had that on his laptop for about an hour and then it disappeared. I think it was Dark Side, but I could be wrong. Don't know about the pipe on Antarctica. Antarctica I didn't get to yet, but I'll talk about that in a little bit or tomorrow. Sam, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Grazie. And thanks for the update. Yeah, appreciate that. I didn't know how long. I thought it was all day type of thing. Thank you very much. Ack, I'm on your channel and there is no access to them. Hold on. Look, that's your channel. Videos, nothing. Home, nothing. Oh, you've made them public? Oh, it might take a few minutes to... There they are. Here's Thomas Fessler's. Thank you very much. You can go back to private after this one if you want. Whatever you want to do, man. I'm just saying.
Go to camera 2.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're at in the world. Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Inviting the Phenomena.
I'm not going to have that thing in my house.
Sweetie, we may have to. The people expect me to meet with them.
Well, they're not going to eat up the vampire in China.
I'm Thomas Fessler, your host, and we've got a great conversation to talk about.
If the Martians land, will the press have access? Can we do interviews?
This is a hell of a photo op, Jerry. Are you sure I shouldn't be there?
Ack. We've got Ack in the chat, so he's from Mars, so I had to, communicate back. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Oh, penetration.
Everyone on this channel brings something amazing to every show, and all are kind of the kindest, most knowledgeable people ever. It's always a pleasure to hear your guys and gals thoughts on things. So this is just one of our viewers who's just coming back and saying how much they appreciate not just me and Julie, but also you for coming out here, Jenny.
I know, Thomas.
And, depending on who you're talking to, that's an angel, that's God. Those are aliens, it's an AI. It might be happening, I just made it up, or it works.
Let me ask you something. Do you find that your time...
That's funny. That is very, very funny to me. Mars Reacts. That's a really smart channel. You know what? You need to keep making those. And that, I'm telling you, those are going to take off. But there's only so much you can do with Mars attacks. Eventually, you're going to run out of material, right? Interesting. Maybe you should do like 15 to 20 second clips only, so you don't, like if you're going to do something with Corbell, you could have Mac Mac and Jeremy Corbell say, but they're real or something, Mac Mac, and then him say nothing for a second, then Mac 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 Mac, and then Corbell, you just, I don't know, just real short shit like that. I think that would take off, like on TikTok too. The only reason I say that because I know that makes me laugh, and I think it would make you laugh, even though some of you may say it's immature, shouldn't be in ufology. No, it should. It should. It's about aliens, man. Everything goes. That's the whole point of ufology. Anything goes because everything goes. You've got Greer making contact with aliens billions of miles away. Did you know the lady, Dr. Lynn Kitai, who saw the Phoenix Lights, apparently, and took pictures of them 2 years before, is now in communique? Yeah, she's gone that route now. She feels they're contacting her. She's jumped the shark of ufology, and now she says she speaks to the aliens. So she's gone that route, looking for a little more attention. Who else is there? Well, you know about Corbell. Who else? Linda Moulton Howe. I haven't listened to Linda Moulton Howe in a while, so I have no comment. Anyway, I was playing a video live with Larry King for the last few shows. UFO Cover-Up, 1998, Dr. Greer, Stanton Friedman, and others. So I'm going to continue where we left off because why not? Because it's interesting to look at history, and I think maybe we can see where people are mentally from the last 26 years, 23, what is it?
We don't get any kind of answer for them. I have
a good insight into that, and I think that the media, unfortunately, have been victims, if I can use that term, like the rest of society, and they have been influenced by the ridicule and the comic relief sort of approach that has been taken to this. And
what do you make of the Ross story we just saw on that, and Bob Dean rather, in that package about NATO and what he saw?
Fascinating. That's the sort of evidence I can grasp onto. When we talk about distant craft or abductions, I don't know where to go. But when there is a government connection, that's something that we can get at by FOIA requests or by gumshoe work.
But I think Bob Dean made one mistake when he said a lot of the people are afraid of the government. That's why they're not coming forward. And if they're giving an opportunity in front of Congress, they would come forward. I think it goes deeper. I think the majority of the people, especially those involved in Roswell, are keeping the secret because they swore themselves, they were sworn to secrecy. They feel honor bound to keep that secrecy. It's not fear of the government. It's their own personal code of honor. That's why they're not talking.
So that is a new feature I'm using on the show. So sometimes when things are changing and I forgot to use it. So let me show you some new things that I've added to the show. You just saw one. This is another one. This may be used when we're talking about a UFO video. So we'll use this one. That's a good one there. And this one may be used when we're talking about world news in ufology. We may go through the cities. You've seen these before in my other videos. The next one here is boots on the ground. It speaks for itself. So we got a boots on the ground report. Rich Giordano from Jacksonville, Florida. The next one, I don't know yet, these next two, but, you've seen these before. Just some passing moments. And this one, I don't know. I like this one. So just a little bit of, this is the transition. I accidentally clicked it from subject to subject. I don't know how I'm going to remember to do any of this stuff, but somebody told me a long time ago, you need to separate each category with some sort of transition. And I'm like, look, it's a live show, man. I don't have that option. Well, now we do. So, this will be when we're changing topics. That's for sure. That'll be the topic changer. Anyway. See, it's really tough because now if I want to... Now, the whole time I was doing that, I didn't see the chat room. I can't see it. See, and I don't like that StreamYard does that because I could have missed an important question, a super chat to announce, you know what I mean? And so I just scrolled through it, didn't miss anything. Thank you. So what are you guys talking about in the chat room? Yeah, they do have chapters. I put them in sometimes when there's an important show. You can definitely see those when I do it. It says show chapters. But let me go back to, I like to hear what Greer has to say for some reason.
I think that's something more important that needs to be done is that on the senior levels of the executive branch of our government and other governments, there does need to be a declaration of amnesty from prosecution for violation of security oaths for people.
I think we all need to become aware that despite what you may have heard tonight in some of the pieces, that most people do believe in UFOs, that the greater the education, the more likely to believe. Polls have shown that.
But
for
because
30
they do
years.
doesn't mean it's a fact.
No, but it means they will be less reluctant to speak out. The professors will be less reluctant to sponsor thesis projects. The media will be less reluctant to cover.
Glenn?
But the media hasn't. Do we still have an answer to why this whole thing started with Lou? Does anybody know the actual reason that this threat, I guess it would have to be amped up by the 180-day thing, right? That's what really amped it up. No two ways about it. But I don't think that was part of the plan. Nobody knew Trump was going to put that in there in a COVID bill. Kind of weird, right? But he got it in there to get some money. And I think that was, okay, so they got their money, I guess. So what was the point? If it's not about money, then the only thing it was about was getting Congress on board to keep the funding going to the threat, right? That's it. That's it. What's that? Oh, yeah. All right. I guess we're in a new topic now. Thank you. Yeah. So that's not, you can't put it right when I'm talking, though. This is what I'm telling you. Nothing makes sense to me. The only thing that makes sense is what I just said, is that they need the funding. I did want to talk about Avi Loeb. And the Galileo Project. Right? We talked about it the other day. But there's still a buzz going on about this. I don't think it's a good idea. No, erase that. Jurassic erase. It's a great idea. But too expensive to make it work. Never happened. It'll never happen. To get that many people around the world watching the sky at the same time 24/7, and to have the funding to have those people who are going to be the observers have the technology and the money to have a telescope that can do what they're presenting. Right? Watch. What is it called? The Galileo Project. Yeah. Your sister's got 19 teeth, all in the front row. So, it's because of Oumuamua that got, I guess, Avi Loeb, right? Isn't that what it's about? The Galileo Project. It says here to aim to identify the nature of UAP and Oumuamua-like interstellar objects using the standard scientific method based on a transparent analysis of open scientific data to be collected using optimized instruments. A picture is worth 1,000 words. For example, a megapixel image of the surface of a human-scale UAP object at a distance of a mile will allow to distinguish the label made in country X from the potential alternative made by ETCY on a nearby exoplanet in our galaxy. This goal will be accomplished by searching for UAP with a network of mid-sized, high-resolution telescopes and detector arrays with suitable cameras and computer systems distributed in select locations. Distributed. That means in my brain, my eyes, I'm reading it. They're going to distribute a specific type of camera, telescope, and any detector array with a computer to select locations, and then the data will be open to the public and scientific analysis will be transparent. Okay, like it, don't love it. Because anytime anybody does something like this, the government gets their nose involved. Do you think SETI isn't really controlled by the government? Come on. Who's funding them? All right, whatever you want to think. Whatever. If SETI found something, the first thing they have to do is tell the government, because what if it's a threat? Come on, man. And if there was something that was significant, as in like the movie Contact, do you really think that the government's just going to sit idly by and say, let's see what the aliens have in mind? That's what they should do. They should just sit back and let these people who've spent their lives working on finding alien life, let them do their work, get all the information, and then take it from them. Government doesn't play that way. So the Galileo Project wants to find Oumuamua-like interstellar objects. That's what they're saying here. It'll also utilize existing and future astronomical surveys, such as the Future Legacy Survey of Space and Time, the LSST-1, at the Vera Rubin Observatory, VRO, to discover and monitor the properties of interstellar visitors to the solar system, where we've only had one, or is it two now? I thought we had two interstellar objects show up within a few years of each other. And then it says, we will conceptualize and design, potentially in collaboration with interested space agencies or space ventures, a launch-ready space mission to image unusual interstellar objects such as Oumuamua by intercepting their trajectories on their approach to the sun, or by using ground-based survey telescopes to discover interstellar meteors. Good luck. My God. So they want to find these objects. We've only found one. But where there's one, there's probably many. Oumuamua is like a cockroach. There may be one flying by, but there's probably a lot of them out there. I applaud the Galileo Project's intentions, but you will see that as time goes on and they become a little bit successful, they will be no more. Something will happen. Well, we couldn't get funding to keep sending out these telescopes to everybody all over the world. $2 million ain't gonna cut it, Jack. Something's wrong with the guy. Look, think what you want, believe it, it's a great idea, but it'll never ever happen to the scale. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's already started. I'm just saying that it's not going to be at the full potential ever. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't know if I like those. I don't know. I don't know. How did you know I was going on to another topic? Because it sounded like it. Okay. Thank you. It did. And I am. So good call. Let me get rid of a few things here, because I've got a lot more to show you. We do have, and some of you aren't going to like this at all, and that's okay.
Why are they? Do they mean? What are they? Why are they?
Why are they? Alien Girl had a show. They're dabbing.
And we've got Artemis Prime. Welcome to the show, girls. All right. Hi. I'm just going to do some shout outs, all right? We got Justin A.D. Mater. He stumbled in drunk. He DUI. All the way from Australia. We love you, Justin. We love you so much. We have got Greg O'Brien. Woo woo! Good to see you, Greg. Always a pleasure.
Always a good time over at Alien Girl Uno 1. Check her out. Make sure you subscribe, like, and just share it. At least just one person. That's all. That's all we ask. Let's get rid of that. Hold on a second now. I hope some of you can afford this, because I need you to go. Dolan, Sims, Duty, Sheehan, Zondo, Strieber? Making contact convergence admission ticket. Why is Lou here? This ticket is for one person to attend the August 18th through 22nd Making Contact Convergence. This is a virtual conference. What? For $250? Unlike anything you've seen before, once registered, you will receive notifications on how to use your ticket, gain access to the virtual conference, and more. Your ticket is covered by our 100% money back guaranteed. For details, please visit our terms and conditions. Under 17, not permitted without parent or mommy. What? For virtual? Are you high? What the hell have you been smoking? Oh my God. That's expensive. I know it's 4 days. $60 a day. To see them? Wow. And it's not even live. In person, excuse me. It's not even in person. No, the reason my voice sounds this way, it's from yakking for 12 hours. So I'm on a little rusty Rich. Can you believe this? Yeah, I know. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 5 days. When you break it down, it's $50 a day. I don't know what you're going to get for that. But if this is all they got, right? If this is it, they've just got 6 people? That's 1 person a day. And if you add Mark Sims, that's, another person. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. Man, 250. Our good friend, UFO Jesus, has something important to say. Just give him a chance.
I'm not a big fan of the UFO intelligence prime directive hypothesis.
Oh.
And I do call it a hypothesis and not a theory because I don't think it warrants being called a theory. Before I get into why I'm not a fan of this hypothesis, I think it's necessary to define what the prime directive hypothesis encompasses. Taken from Wikipedia, the prime directive prohibits Starfleet personnel and spacecraft from interfering in the normal development of any society and mandates that any Starfleet vessel
or crew member is expendable to prevent violation of this rule, and as the right of each sentient species to live in accordance with its normal cultural evolution is considered sacred. No Starfleet personnel may interfere with the normal and healthy development of alien life and culture. Such interference includes introducing superior knowledge, strength, or technology to a world whose society is incapable of handling such advantages wisely. Starfleet personnel may not violate this prime directive, even to save their lives and/or the ship, unless they are acting to right an earlier violation or an accidental contamination of said culture. This directive takes precedence over any and all other considerations and carries with it the highest moral obligation. Wow.
Before I bring up the prime directive, I feel like some people always object that I shouldn't be talking about a hypothesis or an assessment that stems from a television series. And my response to that is, I don't care if it stems from a television series. Some people have adopted it and believe that it reflects the agenda of UFO intelligence. And that's why I am catering to this. And so I'm not only not a fan of the prime directive, but I find it somewhat annoying, to be perfectly honest. And I think the prime reason that I find it a bit annoying is because I feel like there are a lot of people who believe the prime directive is 100% factual, when at best, it's just an opinion based on limited data.
The prime directive is what?
100% factual, when at best, it's just an opinion based on limited data.
The prime directive is on limited data? It's just an opinion? Is that what he just said? That's what he just said.
Personally, I don't think we are justified to believe any hypothesis is 100% true. If you want to believe something's 100% true, that's your business. But if we are to just look at this from a rational standpoint, I don't see a good argument for ever being 100% convinced of any hypothesis when so little data that's definitive is available on UFOs, and the data that we do have often contradicts one another. Simply define what the prime directive hypothesis encompasses. Taken from Wikipedia, the prime directive prohibits Starfleet personnel.
Hold on a second. So if I type in the prime directive, Wikipedia. All right. Yeah, it's there. It is there. Prime directive applies particularly to civilizations which are below a certain threshold of technological, scientific, and cultural development, preventing starship crews from using their superior technology to impose their own values or ideals on them. Since its introduction in the first season of the original Star Trek series, it has served as the plot focus of numerous episodes of the various Star Trek series. So, the prime directive, this article is about the guiding principle in the fictional Star Trek universe. That's okay. I'm glad I checked this out because I just clicked on UFO Jesus and didn't watch the video yet, just so I can give you an honest reaction to what he's saying. But I had to make sure it was this prime directive and not another one that I didn't know about. So it's based on, it's not real. It's not reality. Why are we even talking about it? I guess is the question. Why is UFO Jesus talking about this? He says, here's my take on the UFO prime directive theory. Why the UFO prime directive theory is foolish. Because the alien prime directive theory annoys me so much, I will make a Twitter video on it and on my theory of what's going on. Wow. So that's what's going on. That's why he made the video. Really?
Now in spacecraft from interfering and then look at this from a rational standpoint, I don't see a good argument for ever being 100%. Now, I can't prove that any nation has recovered UAP, but if that part of ufological lore has any truth to it, already we see a clear violation of the prime directive. Because if the United States government indeed recovered a machine that's thousands of years ahead of human technology in the 40s near Roswell, New Mexico, how can it be said that that will not interfere with the normal development of human civilization?
Maybe we were supposed to find it. Look, see, this is what bothers me. This is what bothers me about the government. Like, that landed there, or crash landed there, for nobody knows exactly what happened, but a spaceship landed there, crashed there near Roswell, right? I think with everything that's come out, I think this UFO somehow either ran into a weather balloon and it distracted the driver, they crashed. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, let's just say for shits and giggles that Roswell's real. I mean, it's a UFO is what I should be saying. Roswell, definite UFO, flying saucer, captured. Got it. Now, who's to say that they, the aliens, were not going to give us this technology, but They crashed. They crashed for whatever reason. Who's to say that the way things happen on this planet happen because things fall out of the sky all the time? Right? Things happen. An asteroid hit the Earth, wiped out the dinosaurs shortly after. Even though it didn't wipe them all out, there was a lot of sickness and whatnot, and they were dead. They died 2 million years later, I think, right? They were wiped off the planet, more or less. Who's to say getting this alien technology is not supposed to be shared with us? And why not? Why can't they share it with us? What's the worst that would have happened in 1947? What's the worst that would have happened? Well, the worst that would have happened is we'd have flying cars today. Who knows? We may even be interstellar. We may have a lot of things that we can't even think of. All right? Who's to say we don't have it? Maybe we do and we just don't know it. I just don't see the problem. Well, the problem is the army. The problem is power. The problem is to rule the world. And hey, the U.S. doesn't want to rule the world, even though I think they do. They just don't want anybody messing with what we have over here. So if they can get some technology that can protect them from everybody else, why tell everybody about it? The day's going to come, maybe, when the U.S. is possibly going to be attacked by China and or Russia or both at the same time. Let's say that happens. Is it then we're going to whip out this alien technology and take them down? Is that what's going to happen? Holy mackerel. Elena with a $10 super chat. Hey, we were just talking about you, I guess. Hold on. Thank you very much. A lot of people sending me messages. I appreciate it. Super mucho. Oh, there's more. Super mucho gusto generoso, Elena. And Zofa. Before Roswell, there was the crash. Yeah, right. Aurora, Texas, 1897. Yep. You animated it? Oh, that's cool. I'll go see if I can pull it up. Oh, wait, what? What is this? Wait, everything just jumped. X1 with a $10 super chat. Ufology is lost. It's no longer a paranormal phenomena. It's turned into something less interesting. Yeah. It has. And the UFO TV shows, all that stuff, nothing good has come out. Nothing. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to talk about. That's the whole thing. Thank you for the $10.10 super chat, X1. Mucho gusto, generoso. Sorry, I'm not so animated tonight. But trust me, I am inside. Thank you, everybody, for those super chats. And good points. Ufology has lost. It is lost. It's not a paranormal phenomenon. And I know what you mean by that. They've made it so normalized that nobody's interested anymore. They flooded the market. But was that done on purpose, you think? I don't think so. I don't think that was done on purpose. What did so before Roswell? Yeah, 1897. I got to get back to that. I wonder if that's the case now. Well, I tell you what, the rumors are swirling around that in September there's going to be a meeting or another drop of UFO data, right? Because all we got was the preliminary report, and then I thought it said that in 90 days they will release a second, more potent report. I just like the word potent. Potent potables for 100, Alex. Hold on. I'm looking up Zofa's video. The animation of, here we go. Here it is. Oh, this is 1 minute and 41 seconds from Zofa. So let me pull this up for you guys. You can watch it real quick. Here we go in 3, 2, and gosh.
About 6 o'clock this morning, the early risers of Aurora were astonished at the sudden appearance of the airship, which has been sailing through the country. It was traveling due north, and much nearer the Earth than ever before. Evidently, some of its machinery was out of order, for it was making a speed of only 10 or 12 miles an hour.
This is
and
awesome.
Gradually settling toward the Earth. It sailed directly over the public square, and when it reached the north part of town, collided with the tower of Judge Proctor's windmill. And went to pieces with a terrific explosion, scattering debris over several acres of ground, wrecking the windmill and water tank, and destroying the judge's flower garden. The pilot of the ship is supposed to have been the only one on board, and while his remains are badly disfigured, enough of the original has been picked up to show that he was not an inhabitant of this world. Mr. T.J. Weems, the United States Signal Service officer at this place and an authority on astronomy, gives it as his opinion that he was a native of the planet Mars. Papers found on his person, evidently the record of his travels, are written in some unknown hieroglyphics and cannot be deciphered. The ship was too badly wrecked to form any conclusion as to its construction or motive power. It was built of an unknown metal, resembling somewhat a mixture of aluminum and silver, and it must have weighed several tons. The town is full of people today who are viewing the wreck and gathering specimens of the strange metal from the debris. The pilot's funeral will take place at noon tomorrow.
How sad. Very sad. Thank you, Zova, for allowing me to play that. Oh, that's right, Conflict Radio. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. I knew there was something I couldn't remember. Thank you. Let's go to Conflict Radio last night. Had Travis Walton on. Mike Rogers was supposed to be on. And didn't show. Ain't that a bitch? Hold on, I'm getting rid of some things here. Oh, I just shut down the wrong thing. I hate when I do that. Oh no, I didn't. Oh shh. Did I? Damn it! All right, I didn't erase it. All right. What was I doing? Conflict Radio. Let's take a look, shall we? So Mike didn't show up. So Travis called in. Isn't that nice? Conflict Radio. Let's take a little listen. And thank you, by the way, Conflict Radio, for allowing that. I could use some of these.
Talented.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, that was... Wow. Okay, so an hour and a half. That's a good enough time.
In this field that we were going... Conflict Radio, you're on.
Fantastic job. Yeah, push back on that. And advantage of Mike's...
Who's calling?
Here we go.
Travis Walton?
Yeah, that's me. I thought I'd, since Mike didn't show, I didn't want him to be saying that I had.
This is amazing. So he just called in. Ready. He was at the ready. This is great.
Stolen his show or something, but I kind of felt sorry for you guys being left hanging like that. It's not
unreal.
Nice. He loves the limelight.
Well, I have.
Oh,
you
that's
heard
on your
anything from
TV.
him?
Okay. I was wondering what this bar was here.
No, we don't communicate.
Yeah.
Oh, first thing this morning, he sent me some really angry thing. I can't remember what it was, but it was nonsense. That happens.
Yeah.
But his mental state is kind of.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I think it's unfortunate.
That's what I heard.
This Ryan, supposed movie maker guy, has chosen to take advantage of Mike's deteriorating mental condition. I had a long call with him and quite a bit of an exchange.
So Travis, and I wonder if there's any evidence of this. How do you get evidence that Mike Rogers is a little bit schizoid? Because that's what Travis is saying, that he's talking out of his ass because he's mentally unstable. It's amazing that Travis is actually saying this, but here's a guy, Mike Rogers, saying that they faked it all. Sometimes when you get dementia or your brain starts to go, the truth comes out, yeah? But then some people will say, well, it's not really the truth. It's their anger, too, that's coming out. They're angry with Travis. Maybe he's angry with Travis and jealous because Travis is still making money. I don't know, from speaking. But this is truly amazing to hear Travis Walton say this publicly.
Thoroughly agreed with me that Mike was delusional, but then he turns around and picks and chooses which delusions he's going to consider to be real and which ones he's going to dismiss as, yeah, you're right about that. So it's kind of a sad story. And back in the day, Mike was a very serious person, and the case was attacked by debunker Philip Glass, and he did a fantastic job. He pushed back on that and basically hung Philip Glass out to dry because.
Oh, by the way, I don't know why I rushed off of it. I'm sorry, Zofa. Your video was fantastic, by the way. It was fun. Yeah, you didn't have, like super details of the craft, nobody knows. We only know what stories we have, but that was pretty cool how you did it. I thought it was fun. So kudos to you, and thank you for letting me use it. It was really well done. And the link to your channel, to that video, will be in the description, as will anybody else's video I use here tonight and any night. So thanks again for allowing that. I don't want to forget. I think I forgot to say it, but anyway, this is amazing, Conflict Radio. By the way, I'll be on Conflict Radio August 9th. We just set that up yesterday, I believe, or the day before. So apparently August 9th, if I'm not correct, correct me, because I just looked at our conversation and I thought we agreed to the 9th. So I'll be on the 9th. If not, I'll be on soon.
All of the baseless kinds of things he used to attack this incident.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in to the show.
That's it?
My wife and I, it wasn't too long ago, we sat
good.
down and watched this movie, Fire in the Sky. I tried to watch it with my daughter, but I guess she's not interested in, because it's an older type movie. Could you tell us your story a little bit and try to maybe get into your story from your point of view?
Well, I think Mike, even today, would acknowledge this really happened. This is not some story that somebody made up. This is the supposed filmmaker claiming that he had a confession from Mike, and that's not at all the case.
Okay, so we're starting out with my question. Why would this happen? Why now? Why after all these years? Everybody wants to know. Apparently, Ryan Gordon, the filmmaker, spoke with Mike, and I think Mike reached out and said, hey, I got a secret to tell you. And I think here we go.
Well, we've heard the recording, haven't we?
Well, what sounds like something like that. You got to understand, Mike's had 2 strokes. He's at 7,000 feet, trying to walk across the ground there. He has to stop and lean on his cane every 10 or 15 feet. And he's straining to, to maintain consciousness. And this little conversation that's supposedly going on is quite leading. Do you really think that Mike Rogers, who stalwartly, strongly defended this case for 45 years, is suddenly going to go, oh yeah, I guess I kind of remember setting my saw down and we were talking about was it a hoax there? Oh yeah, that's what it was. Oh come on, get real. You really think this is a serious thing? Okay, well.
Travis Walton said something on Jimmy Church, and by the way, this is already better than the Jimmy Church interview that he did. So good job on having Travis call in Conflict Radio. But Travis said something very telling about what happens when somebody calls you a liar when you know you're telling the truth. If Travis says nothing and didn't respond to the Mike Rogers claim that this is all a hoax, well then people would say, oh, Travis doesn't want to say something wrong. No wonder why he's hiding out. Now, if Travis comes out and starts defending himself, then people will be like, oh, Travis is defending himself, calling Mike Rogers, insane or losing his mind or whatever people want to throw at it. So Travis is like, I can't win. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. So what do? If I was Travis, yeah, I would have gone on certain shows or anybody who asked, and I would have said it's bullshit if it is. And it seems like Travis is telling the truth, that he really did get abducted. It's very, very tough for me to believe it. But if you watch the Ryan Gordon video that's called Skyfire, I believe it's on Erica Lukes' channel, Unidentified with Erica Lukes or something like that, you will see some very compelling evidence that it's possibly a hoax. I'm not going to play the rest of this, so if you want to listen to this conversation with Travis Walton, go to Conflict Radio. The link will be in the description. Thank you, Conflict, for allowing me to play that. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to go, and we're going to go to Erica Lukes' channel. Let's do that. Right? UFO Classified with Erica Lukes. Sorry. I called it Skyfire, but I don't think I was right about that. Hold on. Here's the one. All right. There's the first one. Then the second one is the one I thought. Let me just take a quick look here. It's 4 hours. Yeah, I don't think it's this one.
Travis. People off the strip in Vegas don't fly.
I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Travis, but this came up and I wanted to... I never talked about or showed this part.
The next paragraph, we're going to have a different height of the craft is still...
A lot of people are wondering about this tower, the Gentry Tower. So let's squash that and say, yeah, this is possibly what they thought was a UFO. Because you have to imagine that these loggers who haven't been in this area, just 2 people, Travis and Mike, the other 5 never took this route before. And Mike took a different route on the way home than he did to work. So the guys wouldn't know the difference, just along for the ride at the end of a long day. Come on, they're tired, not paying attention. Everything looks the same. Mike took a different way home, apparently. So here we go. I believe we're here.
Of the day, for me, for you.
I just don't see how they could mistake a tower, mistake a UFO, the tower as a UFO. I just don't see how. But they weren't there that long. They were only there for a few seconds, so.
For Jan, for the people that have spent decades in the subject and deserve more respect than that, I think that this is a very important issue. So we need truth. We need to be able to look at this. We need to be able to engage this with a critical mind. We need to stand up and say, hey, wait a minute, if somebody did perpetrate a hoax, that here, and so I think I have to remind myself and read self-help books to go back to that place where I was full of wonder and I was questioning people that were shining a light on some of these claims and stuff. And so we've all been there. I've got to go back to that. Just remember that. But
I am ready for a new screen share when you are.
Okay.
By the way, my AirPods died, so they're back in their case. So I'm just talking to you through my computer. I'm curious if you guys can hear this rain pounding down.
I know it sounds beautiful.
Can you or no?
Yeah.
Very loud.
Okay,
Anyhow,
get with it.
All right, so let's go back here. This is a slide that I showed last week to make this full screen.
Oh, there's the tower.
This again is the road. This is the
Oh
corner
shit! Yeah, man. And the trees are covering up the legs. Oh my god.
I'm talking about in both accounts, they go around the corner and they see a craft. But I really like the way that Red Pill thinks about, quoting from the book. So Erica or anybody, would it be cool if you guys read these quotes out loud with a picture of Gentry here?
Sure, absolutely. Maybe Scott, how about you, Scott? Would you like to read?
Just leave it on the stove.
Your what? Uh-oh, he's got dinner. There's dinner. I know okay. Scott, do you want to read the quotes?
Why, sure.
Thank you.
It's about the inside and the outside, all of Gentry. I'm going to zoom in here. Obviously, this is another drone shot. But what's really neat, and I think you guys will remember, for those that have read the book, talk about a podium or a chair in the middle of the room and had kind of controls on it. That's exactly what is here as well. This is called an Oswald Firefinder, and it has controls and dials. And from this podium, it's written in the book that you could see 360-degree view of the stars. That is exactly as described here in this quote here. A framework of metal covered in glass. Well, we have the glass that certainly goes around it. Kind of a glow coming out of it. Of course, that's exactly how this would be as well. You could see window frames in the middle, which we certainly can. Matte gray is exactly the metal that this is made out of. I saw a comment earlier that it was described as being like a brand new sports car. Unfortunately, that's not the way it's written in the book. It's called a matte, just matte gray. These are the descriptions here of it. Of course, it would look way better as a sports car. I do want to make a point, though, because it does say in the book that there was no antennas on the craft. Why that had to be pointed out is super bizarre. I'm not sure why that had to be in the book, because as far as I'm aware, I don't know that there was any UFO cases or UFO reports.
I see some of the comments in here. Why some people are saying, why wouldn't these guys know what a fire tower would look like? Well, you have to understand, they're not really looking around. They're sitting in a truck, body to body like this, on their way home from work, logging for 9 hours. And, some of them may be looking out the window. They barely see a glow of something. And Mike, I think, is the one who started saying, what is that, a UFO? You put the thought in their mind already. So, you know what I mean? I think that it's possible but I want to see the other angles here. That's why I brought this up. This is good right here.
Let's go here. This is another aerial view.
Hey, I'm in the show.
How this was accomplished. So this is coming west. Here's that little ravine, canyon, whatever you want to call it, right here that I talked about in a previous shot. So you're coming around the corner. I really want to make it a point that we have a wall of trees here. These are quite big in real life. These are probably nearing the end of their life cycle as is. And I did show the terrestrial ground-based footage driving from, I think it was probably about here-ish, and I was showing that even when you're right here at this intersection, it's still really hard to see the stilts holding this up. So keep that in mind. And this is the
Okay, so this is so there's a steep incline from where the truck, 60 yards, that's just about over half a football field. It's 160 feet away or so. The UFO, which is the light tower, would be over here. So they wouldn't be able to see the legs, most likely, from their vantage point. The legs of the tower.
So what's interesting, I see a comment here that 500 humans would light things on fire. You're probably right. What's interesting is there is a report. I think Roger Gentry is pretty dang close. Let's go back.
So here they go, heading west that way. And there, you can see that it's covered. It would be covered. I mean, when the closer they get, the harder it is to see. This is interesting. I have to admit, it's quite interesting. Look. Wait, no, there's something else I want to show you. See? Remember this one? This is from, road level, basically. These are the 4 questions that they had to ask these guys for the only 4 questions in the lie detector. Did you cause Travis Walton any serious or physical injury last Wednesday afternoon? Of course not. Of course they would pass that one. Do you know if Travis Walton was physically injured by some other member of your work crew last Sunday or Wednesday? Of course they would pass that question. Do you know if Travis Walton's body is buried or hidden somewhere in that Turkey Springs area? Of course they would pass that question. Did you tell the truth about actually seeing a UFO last Wednesday when Travis Walton disappeared? Of course they would pass that question because they thought they did see a UFO. And all that had to happen was that beam of light where Travis stood, where they probably set it up in advance, go there into that area and stand there and we'll hit you with the beam of light. Pew! Travis jumps backward. It's very dramatic. These guys said they heard what sounded like a humming noise, which would have been the generator from the tower. So there's a lot of issues with Travis's story, man. I'm telling you, this kind of looks like they faked it. I'm telling you. You get 5 unsuspecting loggers that are, half asleep on their way home from work, very tired, all of a sudden get jolted with adrenaline that there might be a UFO. Travis gets out of the vehicle. Now, this is what the movie said, that he got underneath it. But apparently, he was never underneath it. He just got hit by the light, apparently. And the weird thing is, nobody really saw the UFO. They saw the glow. I mean, they drew a picture of what they thought they saw, and it looks very similar, but they never saw the UFO fly away. Only Mike said he saw it fly away. Mike's the only one. That's what I was trying to say. It's an interesting story. Ryan Gordon's getting a lot of hate. it looks to me like he did his job and went out there and took pictures, got his drone, showed us the close-up of the tower. It seems like he did a good job. It makes you wonder, though. It makes you wonder. I don't know. I said there's a lot of moving parts. Ryan disagrees with me when I was on Alien Addict, and he kind of had a little bit of an attitude. I guess he was defensive about his findings, which is why I want to get up there, but I don't live in Arizona anymore. Damn it. But other people do that can get out there and do a good job. Even though Ryan did it, it's something I'd like to see for myself. I would like to try and duplicate the Travis Walton thing. Okay, how I would do it, if I can't get in the tower, I would throw a drone up with a light on it. That's the best I could do. But it wouldn't be a 500 lumens or whatever that guy said. It wouldn't be as bright, but maybe we could use a laser beam or something like that. Nonetheless, Travis has now got new issues. Poor guy. Saying Mike Rogers is mentally unstable. Yeesh. Yeesh. It's getting dirty. And this is the ufology world we live. This is it. Even the people we believe the most, I don't know. I really do not know what to believe about Travis Walton. My gut is telling me they faked it. That's what my gut is telling me. My gut is saying they faked it because only 2 people had to do something in that truck. Mike took the route home, doesn't normally take. See, here's the thing. I don't see Mike Rogers and Travis Walton thinking this up. I think maybe Mike Rogers had an idea one day driving home and seeing the lights on from the tower. I don't know. Well, let's go back. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe one day Mike Rogers and Travis were out playing around out there and they thought they saw a UFO. And then when they got close to it, they realized it was the Gentry Tower. So it dawned on them maybe at that time, man, we could fake anybody out. Then, because there's money involved. The National Enquirer, right? Wasn't it a $250,000 prize or $25,000 prize, or it was 25 grand? Something like that. So if they could fake it, and make money, apparently they did. Apparently Travis Walton failed his first lie detector test. See, that sucks for me. And you. I don't like that. I don't like it. And then he failed the one on the TV show. I don't like that either. Then you can say, well, the TV, they didn't want anybody in reality to know that Travis was really abducted, and that would just confirm. No, I don't think it's that either. Nobody ever won $1 million on that show. Don't care. Travis failed it. And he failed the very first one, the original. We live in a community, we work in a community where we have this problem constantly. And I don't think any of us will ever get away from it. Because no matter what Lou Elizondo says, no matter what Jeremy Corbell shows us on video, it never is what it seems. It's always something different. And I'll give you an example. Jeremy Corbell said in this video it was a swarm of UFOs, and we only see one and then two for a second. We have a video here that shows a craft going into the water. No, we don't. We have a video here of a pyramid flying in the sky. No, we don't. It's very hard to believe anybody, which is why I did my show yesterday with such vigor, which is why I didn't post it. I'm angry. I'm angry at this field. And I'm not angry at, Mike Rogers or Travis Walton. It's not their fault that they faked it. There was money involved. And money is the root of all things evil and all things good, in my opinion. Look, money can be the root of evil, yeah. But it also can be used for good. But most people are greedy. If I captured something phenomenal, and I was talking about it here, and I said, look, I'm going to post it, and I show you a 2-second clip, and let's just say it's something extraordinary, I would hope there would be a knock at the door within hours. Because that would mean I captured something amazing. That knock has never happened. There's been attempted break-ins. Thank God my neighbor was around outside working in the garden. Not here in Arizona. I've been followed. I've been spied at from a nearby mountain. Captured all of that on video. And I wasn't even paranoid back then. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is this guy recording me? Why? What did I capture? What did I see? Who did I talk to that caused this to happen? Well, it's very possible, which I was told MUFON used to send people out to spy on ufologists. Can you believe that? Anybody new in the field that was making some noise, which I did with videos, they sent out people to spy on you. Apparently. It's allegedly. It's like, I don't know, but it's possible. Is it not? I believe that MUFON would do that. Yeah, I believe MUFON would do that for sure. Send somebody out to spy on me? Back then? Yeah, why not? Why not? You want to know something about somebody, you follow them, right? See what they do. Are they a drug dealer? Did you see them meeting people in shady places? What's their schedule? I would tell my wife, there's a car that has a baby on board sticker following us. That's ridiculous. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's true. 70 miles away, we saw that friggin' baby on board sticker in a place where it shouldn't have been. Yeah, the odds that they were going where we were going, no. Sorry, not buying it. Not buying it. Nope, not buying it. I'm looking for something as I'm talking to you. And I don't know why I can't find it. Let's do this. Nope, see, that's not cool. Let's do this way. All right, I got it. So here's the video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I know, right? Thank God. But this is what happened. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm going to play something for you that actually happened to me. And I recorded it. I am a UFO hunter or sky watcher, whatever term you want to use. That's fine with me. I just wanted to give a little background to my story as a UFO hunter and researcher. Back in 2004, I had eye surgery, the laser surgery, where you can see perfectly. And the lasers worked great. Didn't have leading up to what we saw. So I saw good. I didn't see any reports, but I did see a website, UFOs, and the hunt was on. Skip all the bullshit. Seeing white dots in the sky at a distance could be anything from birds, balloons, even planes, and all sorts of things that are up in the sky. Back then, there were no drones for the consumer, so we can't say that was part of the experience back then, thank God. Nonetheless, I was seeing things at an exceptional rate. Because of my eyesight, I was able to look at the sky like nobody's business. I had 20/15 vision, better than normal, and between you and me, it was exciting. It was addicting, and I didn't want it to stop. I was capturing a few things here and there, sending them to popular UFO websites. Some of them are still functioning, some of them are now gone or bought out. A couple of months goes by, and it's August, and I worked downtown at the time in a tall building for Phoenix. And on the weekend, I went downtown because Phoenix is empty on the weekends downtown, at least back then it was. Not a lot of traffic, and I figured I could go to the parking garage where I worked, being that it would be empty on a Saturday. Or was it a Sunday? I can't remember the day exact, but it was the weekend. I went up to the 4th level of a 5-level garage, parking garage, and started videotaping anything I could see. There was grass on top of the garage, all right? Realizing, because it was hot that day, it was August in summer. I think it was 108 degrees. This is when I first started editing. And I went downstairs to outside the parking garage. This is whatever. Weird. So I went across the street and I saw a white dot in the sky heading my way. Thank you, Misty. And I started recording it. And I'm scanning the sky as I'm recording this object. Thank you, Elena. Camera on the tripod, and I'm looking around, and I see another white object heading right towards us. I say us, me and the camera, but I saw an object in the opposite direction. Big mistake. My direction. What an amateur. Another white object. Called my friend, and as the phone is ringing, I see somebody maybe 600, 700 feet away on the opposite corner. And this person is recording me. I see he's got a tripod, and my friend picks up the phone, and we were talking, and I go, hey, there's another guy doing what I'm doing. Maybe they're watching me, seeing what I'm doing. You read these stories online about people who see UFOs and are visited by the Men in Black. I wasn't, but there have been some weird things happening that why would this guy, this is what bothers me, and I don't understand this guy. Why would he go out? Look, he's in the street, isn't he? No, he's on the sidewalk. On a side, it's not a main street. It's like a side street. There's a parking garage directly behind him at the time. And there was a security guard that was at the entrance who saw everything. And then across the street, this way, you know, if you were to go walk out of this here, hold on, let me pull it up. If you were to make a right-hand turn, this would be on the left. And directly across the street was the Girl Scouts home base. Girl Scouts. I just think that he brought out the tripod because the security guard was out and might have thought it was weird if he didn't have a tripod. I just don't understand exposing yourself where all I had to do was turn around. Why didn't he do it behind a wall? Maybe it's because he didn't want the security guard to think he was being shady. So he went out and took the risk, and I nailed him.
Won't get into now, but it may have been part of paranoia. I don't know. But my wife was a witness at the time, so I will put the paranoia label to the side just for now.
Yeah, I don't know.
As I'm recording this guy, I noticed he's recording me. He's got his camera pointed right at me, as you can see in this video clip. And my friend goes, just record him. So I did.
Anyway,
and that's what
happened.
You see me zooming in.
Yep, it happens. It's real. Although you hear people all the time talking about shit. I think even our good friend Tyler thought he was being watched because there was a white van down the street. 2 white vans, you know, and he's recording it. It's just people watching electrical equipment. They don't want anybody. That's what he got. He didn't see anybody. He didn't record anything of significance. I recorded a guy recording me. Absolutely, 100% without a doubt. Because I went around the corner and I spoke to the security guard and kept my camera out of his face, even though it was still running. It was pointing at our shoes. And he said he got out of here like a bat out of hell. He got in his car and sped down the road. By the time I got in my car from here, because my friend on the phone goes, well, you better go over there. And I said, I'm going to go over there and say, hey, what are you doing? It took me over a minute to get over there. So I only thought it was seconds, but it was about a minute.
And I'll say, hey, do you mind if I hang out here? Yeah, this is weird. What?
So it was a pretty interesting story right there.
It's as good as it gets.
Were the phones tapped? I don't know. I don't think you can tell. But some strange stuff.
Look at that mustache. I mean, it's weird. I thought he was, maybe that's shadow. I don't know. I thought he had a fake nose. This guy looks awfully weird. Look how long the nose goes, man. Is it pixelating? I don't know. I always said this guy has a mask on, I think. But then when you see the video, it doesn't look like he's got a mask on. It's pretty weird.
Threatening field. And if you think I'm saying that lightly, think again. People have been taken out in this field time and time again. And I don't know if I'm lucky. I don't know if I did anything wrong. I don't know if I'm just...
I mean, look at the mustache. His nose goes over the mustache. How's that even possible?
Which I had already recorded, but with...
I mean, if you do this in slow motion, watch this guy. He's got some sort of thing on, I think. Some sort of mask. No?
Try.
Let's take a look. See, you can see already. His nose looks way too big. I'm trying to stop it in a good spot. don't know. You tell me. Right? It's a pretty big nose for the size of the face. I mean, it divides that mustache. Look at that thing. Look at the nose. Look how far down it goes into his mouth almost. That's impossible. Yeah, that's why he went out in the middle of the road. Or look at this. Because he wasn't wearing his face. He had another face on. That's what's going on. That's why he was able to go out there and be seen, because we weren't really seeing him. Let's see the side profile. Well, that's odd, right? Almost like I see glasses or something. That was weird, huh? It's like we were seeing inside the side of a mask or something. Look at how weird he looks. I don't know. He turns his head, though. That is a weird profile, if you ask me. It looks like he's wearing a mask. Wow. That is odd. Maybe there's a little bit of pareidolia going on here, but his hair jets out. Totally turns his head away from me. Like, why even bother if you're wearing a mask, right? Like, why keep your head that way? Totally not even looking forward where he's walking. He's a reptilian. It's odd. Here he comes back. I think we'll see his profile more. But he knew how to work a camera on a tripod. He knew how quickly to move. He knew how to lift it. I mean, he didn't grab it on the top. This isn't an amateur. This is somebody who maybe works for MUFON or the CIA, FBI, who knows. That'd be great if it looked like Lou. God, that'd be awesome. Let's see if we get anything. Nope. Nothing before he vanishes. Anyway, very odd looking man. I always thought he was odd looking. Right? Very odd looking man. You know? That's the world we live in. So you want to be a UFO researcher? Yeah, go right ahead. I've survived because I probably didn't catch anything of significance, even though I think I have the fleet video and whatnot. Triangles, of course. I don't think anything of significant to take me out. People are always talking about how they're being followed and their computers and phones are hacked. And I'm like, you don't know. You can't tell. I've had several phones where they're just glitchy. It's a lot of information put into the palm of your hand, man. It's going to be glitchy. But there are people, they can watch us anytime. If you want to get into ufology, go right ahead. Did you hear Tyler's now bought a camera and all this stuff? You're welcome. It's because of me. Now he's going to go out and try to be a UFO hunter. And I said this guy will capture a UFO on his first or second day out there. And he'll be posting a video shortly, within 4 days. That was yesterday, that he captured a UFO. He has to. That's his MO. That's how he is, man. You know? Anyway, it is what it is. We'll keep an eye on that fake. Anyway, want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Thank you, moderators, super chatters, another fantastic job. Thank you for supporting me full time. We're doing so much behind the scenes, it's not even funny. So it's like unbelievable what's going on. So thank you, moderators and super chatters. You guys make the show run smoothly. and keep it afloat. So thank you all. And thank you for the newcomers and the veterans for hanging out for, well, we went a little bit long today, but that's deserving because we were an hour late. So I hope you enjoyed 2.5 hours of Goof On. If you liked it, come back, subscribe. All we asked was just 5 to 15 minutes. Give it a try. If you like it, subscribe it, share it, thumbs up it. We'll be back tomorrow night with Scott Fessler. Am I right? Thomas Fessler? Did I say Scott? Yeah, I saw Scott Brown. I'm sorry. Thomas Fessler tomorrow. And then Wednesday we have Michael Horn. Sorry, Thomas. Total by accident. Thomas Fessler tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. Good night, everybody. Where's the volume?
I don't know what you're complaining about. All you have to do is go to sleep. I'm not asking you to come with me. I would dare. I know you would. You're scared of your own shadow and terrified of dear Uncle Gustav. Yes, I am. Well, I'm not. I don't care if he does find me gone. But how? Frida, I beg you. Think about what you're doing. Everyone says it's a wicked man. What about it? Who wants to be good if being good is singing hymns and praying all day long? He's doing what's best for us, I'm sure. It might be best for you. It's not for me. I'm going, and you might as well stop arguing about it. And I warn you, if you dare tell on me, Frida, you know I wouldn't do that. I'm just telling you. You know what will happen if you do.